The Weekly Warp Pipe.
Welcome everyone to the Weekly Warp Pipe, a podcast dedicated to retro video games, 80s and 90s toys, and all things nostalgia. This week we're going to be jumping in the Warp Pipe and going back and remembering candy, snacks, awesome drinks from the 80s and 90s. We probably ate a lot of these watching cartoons or playing video games. It's definitely a fun time. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. What's up, everyone? I'm RussLyman.
What's up, guys? I'm Jay, also known as NES Addict.
Yeah, welcome back to the Weekly Warp Pipe. How you doing, Jay? What have you been up to this week?
I'm doing awesome, Russ. As you already know, Southeast Game Exchange is like in 3 days, and I am flipping pumped about that.
I know. So, I'm not as pumped because I can't go.
I know, man. It's going to be like the first time in like several years that Russ isn't making it. He usually stays with me, which is always a fun time, him and David. So yeah, I'm bummed about that, but I'm excited for everything else. So that's pretty cool. And last night I actually did a podcast with Retro Wolf. So that was kind of fun.
Oh, nice. Expanding out.
That's, it was a one-time deal, but still fun.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. And who's coming down for Southeast Game Exchange? I know Retro Rick is coming down, and I think I saw Metal Jesus too.
Yeah, I'm picking Rick up today. Metal Jesus is coming. John Riggs, Aaron, a.k.a. Riff from Pixel Game Squad will be here. Phoenix Resell, Retro Gaming Pandemic, I think Gamer Aimer, and Pips and Blips, and man, who else? Retro Reminiscence will be here. So many good people are going to be here. It's going to be great.
I'm going to miss out on it.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. Next year we'll go.
That's right.
Yeah, the last convention I went to was Too Many Games. Me and David drove down there to Oaks, Pennsylvania. We just went for one day on Saturday. It's a 3-day event, but I couldn't get that much time off from work. So I'm like, let's just go for the one day, picked up a bunch of items. And yeah, it was a good time. The next convention I'll be going to, I guess it will count. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be in New York for something called, it's like a block party convention. And they want my car up there. So I'm driving my car. I keep saying up there, down there, direction wise. I'm going to have my car on display so people would take photos and hang out. It's about a 3-hour drive from Connecticut. So we'll be hanging out there. And then Retro World Expo is in August in Hartford. And my car will be on display inside the convention center once again. And yeah, I got to get some cosplays together. Me and my wife were trying to think of something to do. Last year we did Mario and Princess Peach, and then we did Casey Jones and April O'Neil.
Nice.
So not too sure if we can pull out another concept. I do have a Prince Peach cosplay where I'm a male Princess Peach. So if she wants to do a female Mario, we can do that.
There you go. Get the switcheroo on them.
Yeah, and I've been keeping busy with the YouTube channels. I just hit 10,000 subscribers on RussLyman, so that's awesome.
That's been a long time coming, buddy.
And like either it was 11 or 12 years, literally, on YouTube for that channel. So finally reached the hump. We'll see if we'll gain more subscribers. We're almost at 700 here on Bit by Bit.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that goes. I just signed up for like a 30-day YouTube crash course thing. So I'm seeing if that's going to help either channel grow.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I enjoyed your TikToks while you were at Too Many Games. You saw a lot of cool stuff. I saw the Dixie Cups. That was cool. The Mario Dixie Cups.
Yeah, and we both have those already. I can see it in the background of yours. And mine's further back there. Those are pretty sweet. I have the dispenser too.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been doing good on TikTok. If you guys follow me in there, I'm already at 10K.
Nice.
There, and I'm trying to post at least 3 times a day. I'm still fluctuating on the content I want to post on there because it's a little bit mixed.
Yep, that's my goal too. 3 times a day.
Sweet. Well, to this week's topic, we're talking about snacks, snacky snack time in the 80s and 90s.
That's right. The Warp Pipe is taking you to snacky snack time.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up eating different kinds of snacks. I got most of my snacks, I would say, at the corner convenience store called Quick Stop.
Yeah, I remember getting a lot of stuff at gas stations, but also the grocery store. So
right, yeah, if you go shopping with your parents, and of course you had to go down the candy aisle. And you're like, ooh, can I get some of these? Or get you right. They get you right at the register too, because they have the candy there.
Yep. Candies, cookies, chips, fruit snacks, all that stuff, even drinks. We're going to go over it all today.
Yeah. And it goes hand in hand. Most of the stuff you're probably eating, watching cartoons or playing video games, right?
That's right. That's right.
We made a list. We got about 25 things on the list. We'll go through, and if other stuff pops in our head, we'll mention that as well.
All right. You want to kick it off with number one?
Number one, we decided to go with Push Pops. Now, I didn't remember, but I guess there's Push Pop ice cream and Push Pop candy.
Yeah. So Russ remembered the Flintstone Push Pop ice cream, but I remembered Push Pop the candy. They came in like a little canister, with like a little clip. You could almost like wear it on your shirt if you have a pocket.
And they twist it almost like a chapstick, like it twisted up, right? Or pushed up or whatever.
The catchphrase was push pop, save some for later or something like that, because you could screw it up and eat some and screw it back down and save some for later.
Right. Yeah. It was similar to a lollipop, I guess you would say, or even a ring pop, which I think is also possibly on the list.
Yeah, it is on the list. It's actually what number? It's on down the line, but it's on there. But yeah, those two are very similar. The same kind of consistency. It's like a hard candy, just with a little fun twist. Yeah,
I mean the ring pop's a little tough to keep it from getting stuck to stuff because you're wearing it on your hand. There's no cover, so then if you fall, you get some dirt on it. You either wash it off and continue eating it or whatnot.
Yeah, those were good though. Those were super classic, and I remember commercials for I think both at least. But I remember the Push Pop candy commercial, and I also remember the Push Pop Flintstones commercial. So Push Pops, multiple forms of it.
Right. I'm sure they made other brands like of the Push Pop ice cream. I just for some reason remember the Flintstones on there and just pushing it up.
Just familiar characters,
Right. What else we got? Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos, yes, Dunkaroos. I mean, every kid who grew up in the 80s and 90s remembers Dunkaroos. Delicious little cookies that you could dip in frosting.
Right. Yeah, it was a little container together. Now, I kind of remember the cookies. Were they kangaroos or they were just round?
They were. That's a great question.
Because they re-released them. You can buy them now at the store. I've seen them at like Family Dollar, and they're like round shaped cookies.
Were they D's?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to remember what the original one looked like. I feel like they modified it. We get a Google search going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dunkaroos. I mean, it's basically just like birthday cake frosting, and then you're dipping your cookie into it.
Yeah, I'm looking now on the internets, and I'm seeing if I can't find.
Because their mascot was a kangaroo. That's why Dunkaroo, kangaroo.
So, yeah, I think it was little D's. It looks like it changed over time because this one has like motorcycles and airplanes and balloons and the kangaroo face. This one has D's and kangaroos.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like multiple shapes over time.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's fun. Everybody likes to eat shaped cookies.
Right. And frosting's always good. So two went hand in hand.
What a great concept.
How about this next one? I don't think I remember this one here.
So I'm going to take the lead on this one because this is what started me on this rabbit hole of snacks. But Giggles cookies. I just remember the commercials and for whatever reason, it just made them seem so delicious. But it was basically a cookie with a smiley face on it where you could see some of the frosting through the smile.
Right. I once he sent me the picture of this, if you guys Google it, Giggles cookies, I was like, okay, I think I remember these.
Somewhere deep in Russ's memory, there was an image unlocked. But yeah, I only remember getting them once or twice, but I just remember the marketing team who made the commercial did a good job because I wanted to buy them.
Yeah. And it seems like these came out, the cookie commercials here, there's 86, 87. So the later half. It kind of almost reminds me of, I don't know when the smiley fries came out, the round smiley French fries, like you can bake.
They look very similar. Yes.
Right.
But yeah, Giggles cookies, fun to eat, fun to look at, great for kids.
Moving on, we got Nerds, classic candy.
Absolutely. Nerds are still around today. And like, I don't know. I just remember eating them in the 80s so much and 90s even.
Yeah, they had the divided pack too, and it would have like green on one side, red on one side, and you can have the little slot on the pack. And okay, I would never pour them in my hand. I just drink them out of the box.
Yeah, but you could eat one or the other, or there's like a middle slot for both.
Right.
So
eat it how you want it.
That was fun.
I just went to Sonic last week and got a one of their slushes, and it came with Nerds in it.
Oh, nice. I think the other memorable thing about Nerds was the way they used the candy to make the mascot, like these weird little creatures, but they very similarly look to the candy.
Yeah, it's almost kind of reminds me of like Lemmings, the video game.
Yeah, something weird.
They were like, all right, let's go all in. Let's make the mascot the actual candy. Throw some eyes on him.
Yeah, exactly. And bam, you got Nerds.
That's it.
30 years later, we're still eating them. All right. Do you remember the next one, Russ?
Bonkers candy? I can't say I do.
Okay. So like the commercials were very vivid because it would always have like these adults and then like they wouldn't let the kids eat the candy or whatever. And then like a huge like grape or a huge strawberry or an orange would fall on the adult's head and knock them back and knock them out and the kids could eat the candy. But yeah,
I'm looking
Bonkers.
at okay, it's almost like a taffy, it looks like.
It's kind of like a Now or Later almost.
Right. That's when with the packaging, I was like, these look like a Now and Laters because they had different colors and they're almost square shaped.
Yeah. And I think these might have been like maybe slightly chewier than Now or Laters because Now or Laters are kind of hard when you first get them in your mouth.
Yeah. I mean, the pictures I'm looking at, they're taffy with almost like a filling in the middle.
Yep, but those were Bonkers. Go back and watch the commercial, Russ, at some point, and you'll be like, oh, I remember those.
Bonkers.
Yep.
One thing I do remember is Squeeze-Its.
Dude, Squeeze-Its. So classic.
I would say this would go in the same as Cool Burst, right? You would say? Same line.
Like Kool-Aid Cool Burst?
Right.
Yeah, like Kool-Aids or like High C. I mean, the funny thing about the Squeeze-Its line was each flavor had its own character.
That's right.
So it'd be like Grumpy Grape and like Radical Red. I mean, I don't know what their names were, but it was something, it was a play on the color. So
it looks like there's an orange, green, purple, red, and blue.
Yeah.
That came in.
And in the bottle, it had like the little character on it.
Right.
So,
it had the face. So they had more going for it, I think, than the Kool-Aid Cool Burst because they're like, all right, we just got the Kool-Aid man on there. But these had different characters that you can be like, oh, I like the red guy or whatever.
Yeah. And once again, like the marketing team who did it, like they made the commercials fun. So you like, oh, yeah, that looks amazing. I want some of those. Yeah.
It says they marketed from 85 until the middle of 2001.
Wow. I didn't realize it went on that long.
And then it says it appears in stores from mid 2006 to 2007.
Well, whoever made Squeeze-Its, bring them back. I need some Squeeze-Its in my life.
All right, here's the the flavors include it: Chuckle and Cherry, Berry Bee Wild, Grumpy Grape, later changed to Galloping Grape.
I was right.
Silly Billy Strawberry, Rockin' Red Puncher, Mean Green Puncher, Smarty Arty Orange, and Troppy Tropical Punch.
Yeah, that's fun. That's so rad. I love it.
Kids like that, so I could see it. Yeah.
Squeeze-Its. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Fruit roll-ups, Jay. You remember those?
Heck yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure fruit roll-ups are still a thing, right?
Yeah, you can still get them today.
I remember as a kid always thinking that you had to be rich to have those.
What?
I don't know why I associated that with that, but like I always got fruit snacks, but my mom would never give me the fruit roll-ups.
Really?
Do you remember that they had like characters that you could eventually like tear out of them?
Right.
Like,
that's what I was going to say.
Perforated?
They would have cutouts that you can do. They had those, and they also had like tattoos, I want to say. Like you would lick the fruit roll-up and then put it on you.
Oh,
And it
wow.
would have like some type of ink or whatever. I don't know how late that came out, but I distinctly remember the, things that you can peel out, and, sometimes it worked peeling it. Sometimes you rip the design or whatever. A lot of times I would just peel the paper, ball it up, and just eat it.
Yeah. Just work that gel to death.
Just like, you got a big old wad of fruit roll up in your mouth. It's either that or fruit by the foot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Same thing. I just take it all off the paper, give it a one go.
Yeah. Stuff's so good. I ate a fruit roll up or fruit by the foot like a week ago. It was good.
Nice. Yeah, those were good.
Do you guys remember Handy Snacks?
Now, when you said the name, I was like, no, I guess I just never knew what they were called.
So basically, it's like a 2-part compartment. One part is like average, like Captain's crackers, and the other is like cheese. And you get a little red stick, and you spread your cheese on your cracker and go nuts. But I remember eating those at lunch all the time as a kid.
Yeah, it's like the perfect lunch snack pack in. You get that, some fruit snacks, and a PB&J.
That's right. And a high C ecto cooler.
Yes, absolutely. Or squeeze it.
Yeah, or squeeze it. Either way.
Yeah, these are pretty good. I don't know if anyone was like, screw that stick and just dip the cracker in there and got a big old thing of cheese. And
see, I feel like that would be detrimental because I think your cracker would break.
Yeah, it's true. You got to double it up.
Yeah, double it up. There you
go. What else we got? Big League Chew.
Yeah, Big League Chew.
So this was basically, it was bubble gum marketed towards younger kids that like baseball, because baseball players would have like dip that
like
would come in these chewing tobacco that would kind of come in pouches or whatever. But on the kids side, they're like, let's make the pouches have bubble gum in it with cool like baseball characters on there. And they can take as much, it was like shredded bubble gum. So you take it out, put as much as you want, chew it. You can put it in the side of your mouth so you look cool.
That's right. And all those kids grew up with terrible dip habits. Just kidding.
But I love the art style on the packs. It was very fun. Like, you got that like cartoony, big head, like wacky style. Definitely appealing towards kids.
Yeah, and also just like the packaging, it was just like a bag of chew.
Right. I said it's like pink bubble gum or whatever, but it's like shredded up, so you can choose how much you want to chew or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if that stuff's still around.
That I don't know.
I bet it is.
I was gonna say, to piggyback off that, like the 80s and 90s was weird with their candy. So you got chewing tobacco, but it's bubble gum. We also had candy cigarettes and bubblegum cigars.
Man, they really, really wanted us to like have tobacco habits back then, didn't they?
I guess, they didn't know any better or whatever. Doctors would smoke back then too, I guess. Right. So,
man. Yeah.
So the candy cigarettes were like chalky, like white. I remember.
Yeah. Those were awesome.
And I never like smoked them. I just chew on it like a stick.
I don't remember if I ever smoked it or not, but my guess is I probably did because I'm an idiot.
And then the bubblegum cigar was just a pink cigar, and they had like the little I don't know what you would call it, that comes on a regular cigar, like a seal.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
I remember so it's like a big tradition to like hand out cigars when like people have babies.
Right.
But you can't give cigars to kids. So I remember that, like, I got a few that way.
Oh, there you go.
Like my sister was like having a baby, like, all right, here's a bubblegum cigar for you, Jay.
Don't chew it all at once.
That's right. Don't smoke it.
What else we got on here, Jay?
We have the whatchamacallit candy bar.
Whatchamacallit.
Once again, man, marketing in the 80s was on point, because that's the way I remember half this stuff. It just had such a weird commercial. I think a lot of it was hand drawn, and like to just say the name whatchamacallit like multiple times throughout it, with all this like almost like Picasso style, like cartoony artwork going on in the background. So definitely, if you haven't seen a whatchamacallit commercial, you have to get on YouTube and watch that because it's an experience to say the least.
It says the Hershey Company introduced whatchamacallit bars in 1978. The original candy bars were made of peanut butter crisp coated in a thin layer of chocolate. In 87, the formula was modified to include caramel, peanut flavored crisp, and chocolate taste. The whatchamacallit bar we love today. So it was a little bit different in the 70s, and it's like marketing. What I want to be in that group meeting. What you come up with the name for the candy bar? You know, the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, they probably totally forgot to do that assignment. That was like a last second thought, and it just hit.
They're like, that works.
Yep.
Good and Plenty. You remember these, Jay?
Yeah, I think I still see these from time to time, like in like the movie candy section of stores.
Right. They're like pill shaped candies that are white and like pink purplish.
Yep.
And they have like licorice inside.
Yeah.
Like a chewy, like they're chewy.
Yep. I've never been a fan of those, but
right. I'd eaten them, but nowadays, like that's not my go-to candy to get.
Same here. But definitely remember them.
Right. Yeah. Those and I was gonna say Smarties. They came in the clear pack and they look like pills.
Yeah.
I definitely used these growing up. I'd play doctor and these were the medicine I give my mom. You take out the pills and here you go.
That's amazing. What I remember the most about Smarties growing up was I was a church going kid as my father was a pastor, and Smarties were like the number one candy your like Sunday school teacher would give you.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why they thought it was a great idea to give kids a bunch of like cocaine sugar candy right before they went into like a big preaching service where they had to sit still for 45 minutes.
I was saying it's like messy, I would say, like, chewing on that. I don't know. And you got to open the packaging and then you lose some on the ground and then step on them and you got this sugar dust.
Yeah. It was funny, but my wife actually bought some of these not long ago.
Okay.
And, she bought some sour ones. They make sour ones now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those were interesting.
How many kids back in the day crushed this up and tried to snort it?
Oh, Lord, probably too many.
Lord, they made it too easy for us.
That's right. I love the next one on the list, Russ.
Yeah, this is a favorite.
Oh, yeah.
The commercials were awesome.
Yep. That would be Gushers.
Gushers, the fruit-filled candy.
Yeah, you bite down and like some liquid squeezes out and makes it a whole different experience.
In the commercials, their heads were getting bigger, like different colors, if I remember correctly.
Almost like Willy Wonka-esque.
Right, yeah. Like, and they would be like blue or red or whatever till their
head exploded.
Yeah, they still make these today too.
Yeah. I think I've had some Gushers in the last year or so.
The only downside I'd say with the packaging and stuff, sometimes I got in them and a couple went off in the package.
Oh.
So you got some goo in the package and becomes a sticky mess.
No fun. Along with Gushers, we have a couple really sour candies coming at you. Who remembers Crybabies?
Classic candy for sure. Individually packaged, like a ball, I would say, with an outer coating, like a gumball with an outer coating that was sour.
Very sour, yes.
But it didn't last super long. So like you would put it in your mouth and 10, 15 seconds after your saliva gets it all. And then that's it. Then you got a gumball.
That's right. Those. And then the next one, I think I was probably a bigger fan of the next one because I think the sour lasted a bit longer on these.
Yes.
But those were and still are warheads.
And I love the packaging on both of these too. With the Crybabies, they had like, an animated person with like tears coming out. And with the warhead, it's like this face that's exploding like an atomic bomb out of the top of his head. And they have all sorts of flavors.
Yeah, they're so good. And, as a kid, it was like a rite of passage. Could you eat warheads? Were you tough enough to get to the warheads?
Let's see. What does it say? Since 1985, they're around. Warheads has set the standard for sour candy.
Yeah, Warheads are awesome.
And then it looks like now they have tons of different options. They got jelly beans, cubes, extreme sour ones, galaxy mix. Yeah, there's a whole mess of those. So they're still going strong.
They've expanded.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that definitely, I remember like putting them in and being like, oh, I don't know. I got to spit it out. I can't
hack it
anymore. Can't hack it.
Yep.
I'd say some other candies I'd roll into that. These are classic candies. Again, I would go up to the Quick Mart, Quick Stop up by my house here, walking distance, and buy. They would have like basically like different bins with candy, and it'd be like 10 cents for a Warhead. You just get one. You could fill up a bag of like different ones. So I would also get lemon heads.
Oh yeah, lemon heads
were really good. Not as sour, as the Warhead. So maybe you start off with the lemon heads. But they also had fireballs.
Yeah.
Which were almost the same, again, a round candy individually wrapped with a cinnamon. Is that a word? Cinnamon-y flavor to it. Again, pretty hot to keep in your mouth. Yeah, you have to go back and forth to each cheek.
Yeah, I remember doing that. That's exactly what you do. It's getting too hot over here.
Take it out, maybe.
That's so funny. That is exactly what it. And then I think it eventually kind of turned more of a white color, and by then I think it was like just kind of a candy flavor.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great list. All those like Warheads and Crybabies and Lemon Heads and the Fireballs.
And then I would get a few others. Obviously, Mike and Ikes would be a classic candy. The again pill shaped.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of the Good and Plenty's.
Right, similar to Good and Plenty, but just all that licorice. I guess. How would you describe a Mike and Ike?
Chewy, just like a chewy fruit candy. Not so much licorice, but like a chewy fruit candy.
Right. I'd get those, and I get Boston baked beans.
I don't know about. Oh, is that the red coated peanuts?
I think so. Yeah. I'm distinctly remembering like the packaging and stuff of that. A lot of them I would get either in like this square box where would it have like like 8 or 9 candies in there.
Yeah.
So those are cheap, but. Yeah, those are all pretty good.
Next on the docket, we got Shark Bites.
Dude, yes, Shark Bites. We had to have Shark Bites because we had what was the now I can't think of that. What was the cartoon with the sharks?
Oh, Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. I'm like Sharknado. No, that's a movie. Jawsome.
Yeah, Shark Bites. It was like a shark fruit candy, and I remember like the white striped tiger shark was like a rare one.
Yeah, that's right. That? Yeah.
That just came out of friggin' nowhere.
It's like a you're with your Pokemon cards, you got a legendary. You're like, whoa, wait.
Oh, dude, it's this tiger shark.
And not to be confused with like, I know they have the gummy sharks in the stores now that are like blue and white.
Yeah,
the shark bites were more like a fruit snack.
Yeah, like in the box, like they had multiple different fruit snacks back in the day. Those were definitely one of them.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed those.
I think they had a dinosaur one too. Actually, I don't remember what those were called.
Oh, maybe Dino Bites. Maybe they just whatever. Zoo Bites. Just go down the line. What do we got? Right. Speaking of something that doesn't last too long. Fruit striped gum, baby.
Yep. Yikes. Stripes. Fruit stripes gum.
Put this in your mouth. It's done in a minute, less than a minute, 10 seconds.
It was so crunchy. I feel like if you got like a bad batch.
Yeah.
The thing I remember most is just the mascot, which was the zebra, and then the different flavored gums.
That's probably what stood out the most, not the flavor or how good it was. It probably sold more because of the mascot and like that wild, like, oh, you get different colors or whatever, and kids were drawn to that. Yeah.
I don't know anybody that really like loved fruit striped gum. I'm gonna have to look next time I'm at a store. I'm so curious which one of these are still in existence and which ones aren't.
Right. Yeah. A lot of them still made the cut, I say.
The next one is basically like crack for children, also known as pixie sticks.
The pixie sticks, the multicolored paper straws filled with sugar.
Yeah. Did anybody else have this issue? I felt like as a kid, I wasn't coordinated enough to eat them, and I always got the paper too slobbery, and I could never get the pixie stick out.
You're slobbering on the paper. You got to cut it and just like hold it over your mouth. Pour it all in.
I wasn't trying to save enough. I don't know what I was trying to do.
Maybe you were more for the next candy, the Fun Dip.
Yes, the Fun Dip.
Similar.
Yeah, get me the little stick so I can kind of be more neat with it, please.
Right, because that one you're supposed to wet the stick, so then the Fun Dip sticks to it, and then you can lick that off.
Yeah, I also had problems with that too because I got overzealous and ate the candy before I finished it.
You would eat the stick itself?
Yeah, because it was candy too.
You're like, no, I guess I got to pour the package into my mouth.
Exactly. Me and those powdered candies we didn't get along too well.
The one thing I did have trouble with was Capri Suns, getting the straw in that hole, and I would get it in there, but then I think maybe my little hands had too much of a grip, and it would just start squirting out all over me.
Yep.
So my mom wouldn't buy those anymore. I had to stick with the Cool Bursts.
We were too uncoordinated, Russ.
What else we got? Oh, classic 80s and still now, Pop Rocks.
Yeah, like what a weird like science experiment. You know, you put these candies in your mouth and you get like you can hear it like almost inside your head popping and like feel the fizz. Like,
oh yeah,
so fun.
And there's tons of you could get like drinks with them in it.
Yeah,
I went to Sonic, and again, they're going wild with the drinks at Sonic. So get the Pop Rocks in there. But I think for the adults, I think there's a few alcoholic beverages you can get.
Okay,
some Pop Rocks in there. What about pouring Coca-Cola and Pop Rocks in your mouth and trying that combination?
I don't know that I ever did that, but that would be an experience.
Good old Pop Rocks. Mentos.
The Fresh Maker. That's right.
Can't leave out Mentos. Their marketing alone was the best, these commercials.
Yeah, I mean, if you had Mentos, I mean, you're guaranteed to get a girlfriend because your breath was so fresh. That's the way they made it seem.
Or you can, I feel like, any task is achievable with as long as you have a Mentos with you.
Oh, yeah, because that's kind of like their marketing. I was like, no matter what they were trying to do in the commercials, as soon as the guy like popped him a Mentos, it was like, climb Mount Everest? Got it. I had a Mentos.
The best was like, I remember one where the guy was trying to go cross the street and there's too much traffic. He pops the Mentos and he goes like in the limo door and like cuts through the car and comes out to the other side.
Dude, brilliant marketing. Yeah, I love that. That's great.
To spin off of that, the band Foo Fighters then did a full music video that mimicked all the Mentos like commercials.
They did. Nice memory, Russ. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was like classic. I was like, oh, this is so good.
One more I don't see on here, but I'm going to throw it on because I just remember it. This is more of a 90s drink.
Okay.
And it just recently came back a few years ago. You get it at World Market, but clearly Canadian.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I can't say I drank it too much, but I remember it slightly.
I don't know why I remember it being such a big deal in the 90s, but I remember getting it at the mall frequently.
What was all those clear drinks? Like that came out, Pepsi Clear.
Yeah.
It's like
Crystal Pepsi.
Oh, if we're on drinks. Remember, I don't know if it was Orbeez or Orbits.
Yeah, Orbits. With the little balls in them.
Balls in the drink. And
yeah.
One of my buddies, on the Nerd Layer, his YouTube channel, he actually bought some of those like retro ones and tried it on the channel, cracked it open, and it was like still somewhat good. I'm like, it's like 20 years old.
You ever watch LA Beast?
No.
He does stuff like that. His channel's amazing. I love LA Beast.
Well, he'll try like old candy and stuff like that.
All kind of old stuff. Yep.
He's got to have a strong stomach.
He does.
I mean, that's certainly a good list of snacky snack times.
That's right.
the mixture of 80s and 90s. If we missed any, you guys can let us know. Kind of made the list from what we can remember.
Yeah. What do you guys remember? I'd love to know.
Good snacks. I bought a bunch of snacks. I was at what's the restaurant? Cracker Barrel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing I'll be doing some reviews. If you guys don't know, I do have a third YouTube channel, and it is called Snacky Snack Time, where I do food reviews and snack reviews and all that. So I'm going to be putting some of those on there. I got Dr. Pepper cotton candy, Hawaiian Punch cotton candy. What else was there? Fruit Loops gummies. Just wild stuff that I found at Cracker Barrel. So
yeah, I love Snacky Snack Time. It's a great channel for those of you that don't watch it. It's just fun to see Russ's reactions to different stuff.
Yeah, it's short and to the point. I'm eating it in my car. I thought that'd be fun because my car is kind of unique and I have like cool checkerboard headliner, and I see a lot of other people doing like food reviews in the car, and I'm like, why not? That'll be my display for Snacky Snack Time.
There you go. It works really well because it's almost like you just grabbed it at the store, and you're coming out and now you're going to tell us all about it.
One of them was funny because I bought these chicken burgers or chicken sandwiches at the dollar store, and I went in my house to microwave them and then went back out to my car to eat them.
Excellent.
Sweet. That pretty much wraps it up. Jay, hope you have a great time this weekend at Southeast Game Exchange.
Yeah, man. I'll miss you.
Should be a blast. We can hear about it on next week's episode. If you guys enjoy what we're doing every Saturday, we got the weekly Warp Pipe on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all the good stuff. So if you want to leave a rating, that would help the podcast out, and subscribe so you don't miss out when we put new podcasts.
Yep, that was fun, man.
Sweet. As always, guys, I'm RussLyman. Keep your world fun bit by bit.
See you guys.